What's up, guys? Moment Tip Art here. Another video today. It's gonna be motivating, uplifting for some people, and I know a lot of people in my age deal with depression every day, really often, and even people in their teenage years, in high school, middle school, they might deal with depression differently. Their influences, peer pressure, school, teachers, friends, acquaintances might handle your depression a little bit differently than you do, and I think depression generally comes from young adults and teenagers, from your influences, the circle that you have around you, and then from that circle that you have around you, it tends to grow further on again and again. So this video is just to help you out, give you a couple pointers. I'm going to call it battling depression, because I truly have been through this, and I'm currently growing out of it and seeing the fruits of my labor go through. And we're just going to get right into the video. Number one, your influences, peer pressure. The friends that you have around you really matter. When you are struggling in life, the friends around you are gonna make a big change in your life. If you have friends that are constantly depressed and you're going through something, they might bring up something from your past that might continue to bring you down, or they might even bring up the fact that you used to be this person. They start comparing you, and you don't want that. You don't want to live that lifestyle of comparison, or really living that lifestyle of just straight up disappointment and sadness. It's not fun. Being around those influences every day can really total up after time and develop a habit within you, and that's why you have to be careful with who you listen to, who you talk to, and who you share your stuff with, because those type of people are going to be the ones that are going to spit it back out of their mouth into you, and that's how it influences you to stay in that depressive state again and again. So be very picky with who you have around you, and spend a lot of time with yourself trying to bring yourself up. Number one. Number two, I'm gonna have to say the thing that was been super beneficial for me for remaining out of like a depressive state is being active. So like refraining from those negative spots. So if you're in school, those negative spots might be your classroom. Those negative spots might be the lunchroom. And avoiding those spots can make a big difference. You can't avoid the classroom, obviously, but maybe you might be able to distract yourself by paying attention in class, asking questions, entertaining yourself, because usually depression, you don't want to talk or do anything, but motivating yourself to focus in class, ask questions, be proactive in the classroom. That's what's going to help, because now you're being uplifted because you feel like, okay, I made mistakes here and there, and it's perfectly fine. It's okay. And when you do something good in the class and you answer correctly, you're like, wow, I'm motivated. I can do things, Lunchroom, your influences, you're constantly around your friends all the time in the lunchroom, eating lunch, talking, somebody's complaining about something. So maybe you might want to switch around and be in your own personal space. And sometimes, I'm going to say this, but be very careful with this, but being on your phone, listening to motivational content on YouTube, not just endlessly scrolling on Instagram, being compared to others. But listening to motivational YouTube content, stoicism, motivational stuff, that's what you truly want to have around you. So I generally would want to be alone and be on YouTube all the time listening to positive stuff. That's a very good influence to have. Oh, if I finish this. I thought I'd finished one, but now I got two in here. Anyhow, it's hot today in Connecticut. It's almost like 93 degrees. So that's really helped me. I was drawing a lot, which leads me to number three. Have some hobbies. Generally you get into a depressive state when you have nothing to do. Developing a hobby of drawing, develop a habit of after school going out and go by yourself and play some pool or play some basketball by yourself, practice your shots, get good at something. That's helped me out a lot. I've gotten so much better with my drawing skills, been more creative because I've just rejected the people that were so toxic out of my life. And I've been focusing on my hobbies and my strengths and my weaknesses. And I think my weakness is generally just talking and making videos like this and teaching. And I'm gonna improve those weaknesses a little bit because, again, it makes you a stronger person one day. And you want to improve in your weaknesses and strengths every single day. Every single day. So that's what's gonna get you out of that depression. Battling that is getting hobbies. So I motivate you guys to get some hobbies, build a gaming computer at least once. I can probably suggest you to get into a sport that you haven't really considered. I was good at basketball, and maybe I might consider football. Maybe I might consider doing research on who made the first Civic. You know what I mean? What was his name? What was his background? Just researching, getting a hobby is very, very good for you. Number 5, I guess this can, I don't know if I'm in 5, 4, 3, I don't know. We'll just say my next point is getting to the gym. I developed a habit of going to the gym. Do I go often? No. But do I at least go? I try to. And that's what you want to do, is you want to try. You want to at least try to get yourself to get out of this comfort zone and go to the gym, because lifting weights when you're angry can kick you out of a lot of bad habits. It kicked me out of smoking. It kicked me out of drinking. And it can most definitely kick you out of other habits too if you just start going to the gym and trying to be consistent. Even if you walk into the gym, you say, you know what, 10 minutes here, I'm going to do a quick jog and go home. At least it's something, and that's all that matters. I'm trying to think of some other things that you could possibly do. What you can also try, sorry, people tend to be a little bit nosy around here. What you can also try doing is to hit the gym, like I said, get there, show up, do what you gotta do. And then my next point is gonna have to be getting sick and tired of your emotional state. I don't understand people who could be sad for months to months nonstop for absolutely no reason besides comfort, and be okay with that. I understand depression can be a comfort zone for some people, but at some point you're gonna have to be finding some type of emotional stability where you're saying, like, you know what, I hate being so sad very, very often, that I need to find some emotional stability where I'm in a neutral state, where I'm not sad, where I'm not happy, and I'm just joyful. And that's all you really, really need. You just need to be in a joyful state. That's all that matters in this life. It's just being in a very neutral, positive, or a negative state. Just being in a neutral spot, not flying one way or another way. And that's what truly matters. My next point is also journaling. Journaling is going to help you get out of your depressive state that's been toxic for many, many years, because you're going to be able to refrain back and reflect back and say, wow, I was depressed because my manager told me to scrub the floor. Good example. And that made me very, very, very sad. And that also might be a good benefit to you, because it actually helps you be assertive. What's helped me get out of my depressive state, my next point's going to be, I think I'm on like point 10, but I'll try to throw as much information as possible, and then I'll make a second part if you guys like this, is being assertive. Usually you get into very depressive states when you're not being respected enough, or you're in a state of depression because of the fact that you don't communicate effectively, so you get taken advantage of. And this is actually going to lead me to 2 points, which is, again, practicing assertiveness, dear man. So you want to determine what you want. So I want to determine that I want that pencil. explain why you want the pencil. I want the pencil so I can write on this piece of paper, because again, you don't have a pencil. Assert, if you give me this pencil, it would really help me out a lot with this test. And R is reassure them. So you want to reassure. So you want to have a little bit of your emotion in there and reassure them that they're going to get the pencil back. So reassurance might come in like this. It would really, really make me happy, and I'll give the pencil right back to you if you let me borrow it. That's dear. But there's a dear man acronym for assertiveness practicing. And that really, really helps out a lot. That's what's helped me a lot for many, many years. Not many years, actually. It's only been a year I've been practicing it. But again, it's kicked out that depressive state, because again, I'm not letting people take advantage of me. And that leads to the second point of that point about assertiveness, is being as blunt, honest as possible. Like, if you have an issue with somebody, talk to them, be upfront. Hey, listen, there's an issue between you and me, and I want to assert this right now. I want to get this out of the way. I don't like the way that you've been talking to me for the past couple of months, and it's been really, really bringing me down, and I would respect you if you would not treat me this type of way. Well, I treat you this type of way because of the fact of this, and that. Maybe they might reply with that. And then you say, oh, okay, well, what can we do to work around this so our friendship can be better? You know, and some other times you might have to leave those friendships because of the fact that there's no mutual agreement. And you have to understand it as, in order to have a friendship, it's like walking with two legs, you know? You can't just hop in one leg, you know what I mean? It's like having a crutch, you know what I mean? It's not the same way as having two legs. Two people motivated to have the friendship and have their relationship. You know, you can't always be in a crutch in one leg all the time, because it's only gonna last you so long before your arm gets fatigued too. And my last point is consistency. Being consistent with this stuff can go a long way in a short amount of time. If, again, the 5 minutes at the gym, maybe it's the 10 minutes outside getting some sunlight, maybe it's the 15 minutes or to 1 hour of you just having meditation and appreciating stuff and being being thankful for the stuff that you have. This stuff can really uplift you too, because sometimes when we are in depressive states, we tend to not focus on the stuff that we have. We tend to focus on the situation that happened to us in our past. And our past is our past. That's it. Like, yesterday, it might have been an awful day, but today you're starting a new day again. God gave you another day to be alive. You're alive, your heart's beating, you have a roof over your head. God gave it to you, you know, and that's a gift. Because some people don't wake up tomorrow. Some people are homeless, some people have this, some people have that. And again, you got the gift of life. And that's the best gift ever. That's the best gift, is life. And it doesn't get any better than that. So you have to be grateful every day. And just be a loving, kind person, you know, even when it feels hard to be. Doing that is, I consider it like putting into the life pot of charity, you know what I mean? Like, you're just giving life a little bit of rub on the back, and you're saying, you know what, thank you for everything you've done for me. So you're helping other people. And God sees that, you know. God sees your actions, and he sees the efforts that you put in, and he will pay you back for those, religious or not. You will get paid back for those, rather if it's now, 5 years from now, or maybe next week. You just never know. Depressive states can also come from lack of vitamins, bro. I didn't know this, but lacking a vitamin, a multivitamin in your life will definitely trigger some emotions in you. So you want to promote yourself into a multivitamin, making sure you're not deficient in anything, get blood work checked out, because that's what it is. It's a lack of something in your life, not only emotionally but physically also. But yes, so hop on a woman's multivitamin, hop on a man's multivitamin. Practice being grateful and get some sunlight, drink enough water. You'd be surprised how depression can just tackle you if you're not hydrated enough. That's why I'm always drinking, because I need to be hydrated. Gatorade might not be the best thing for your health, but at least I'm hydrated, and that's all that matters, really. My last point. which is super, super important, is, bro, social media is crazy. Social media, when you're young, is the worst thing to put yourself through. 14, 15, 16, even 18 and 20. Because we're 20s, we're getting in our early young adult years. And we honestly want to compare ourselves to people who are doing better than us, and they are in their 30s. And there's no rush, in this amount of time in your 20s, there's no rush for that stuff. You shouldn't be rushing. Because at the end of the day, it's you, yourself, that goes to sleep at night, and that's it. There's no rush. Social media, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, you're seeing your friends' stories on Snapchat. They're doing so much better than you. On Facebook, somebody else's family member has the Ferrari in the driveway, or maybe it's a influencer that has a bunch of followers that's uploading pictures of his Porsche and Lamborghini in his garage, and that's just not, it's not realistic. That ideology isn't realistic. He maybe worked so much amount of time to get the things that he had, but you've only seen life maybe for about like 2 years to be an actual adult. It's just not realistic. That's why you see a lot of people in their 50s and their 60s with expensive cars, and that's more realistic, because at the end of the day, maybe they had to put in 20 years of work, 15 years of work to get into that spot in their life. That's more realistic. But somebody in their 30s, 32, 29, it's just unrealistic for you, especially in the spot that you're in. You don't even know if that's a rental. Social media won't even tell you that. Maybe they got it on Turo and they stopped at a certain spot and they took a photo saying, oh, I'm flexing on you right now because I have a job that pays me this, catch up, you know what I mean? And that's, social media is fake. It's full of fake things, fake opportunities, fake dreams, fake careers. Don't compare yourself to social media. Focus on your own lane. You're the one guiding the steering wheel. The windshield's bigger than the rear view. You've heard all these things before. And it's honestly true. You're the one that's pushing the pedal and holding the brake. And you're the one that's driving your life. But I always, and I'm going to end the video with this, always understand that God knows your heart and that He knows your motives. He truly knows what you want, what you need to move forward, and He's always looking over you. So anytime that you make mistakes, get back up, try again, and realize that you have your God on your side. And realize that mistakes aren't bad, A lot of people, when they're in this years, the 20s, early 30s, they think that mistakes are, wow, like I'm not supposed to make mistakes, I'm supposed to be perfect. And I think managers do that a lot. I think teachers motivate that a lot. And I think social media motivates that a lot. Like, you cannot be a person with mistakes. And it's unrealistic. Again, social media is fake. You are going to make mistakes. And the more mistakes you make, I'll tell you right now, the more wiser you'll be. Because when you make that mistake, you'll know to get back up and try again and see the correct way in things. I'll probably make a part 2 about this. But for now, this is going to end it. I'm on my break, so I'm fasting a little bit. So I love you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out, y'all. Love y'all.